Have you ever felt like something was watching you, even when you were completely alone? Maybe it's just your nerves, right? You tell yourself you're being silly, that it's all in your head. But what if something is there? Tonight, I'm going to share the chilling story of a man who thought he was alone, until he discovered he wasn't. What he saw? It shouldn't have existed. But before I dive in, think about this. Have you ever locked eyes with something you wasn't human, but it stared back like it knew you? It was supposed to be a peaceful getaway. Jason, a wildlife photographer, had rented a remote cabin deep in the Appalachian woods, hoping to capture untouched nature. No internet, no cell service, just birdsong and silence. He'd been there for 2 days, nothing strange, until the third night. That's when the knocking began. Not on the door, but on the window. And his cabin only had window. At 3:12 a.m., Jason heard a soft, deliberate knock. He froze, grabbed his flashlight. He looked out, and saw nothing but trees. Black, twisting silhouettes under the moonlight. He told himself it was a bird. But the next night, the knock came again. Same time, same sound, same emptiness outside. But this time, something changed. There were, not animal, not barefoot. Jason was trained to track wildlife, but he'd never seen anything like this. Have you? Let me ask you something. If you saw inhuman tracks outside your home, would you stay to investigate, or leave immediately? Jason stayed. On the 5th night, Jason set up a motion camera outside. He aimed it at the woods. He went to bed, trying to believe this was all in his head. But at 3:12 a.m., the knock didn't come from the window. It came from the... Jason bolted up, heart slamming in his chest. Then came the sound of dragging, something scraping across the shingles, moving slowly, like it was searching. He grabbed his flashlight and stormed outside, camera in hand. But the roof was clear. That's when he heard the chirp. Not from a bird, but from his motion camera. It had detected. He reviewed the footage. There was no animal. There was no person. But there's something. A tall, gaunt figure, like a man stretched wrong with arms too long and eyes glowing faintly white. It stood just beyond the tree line, motionless, staring straight at the camera. And then, Jason said he packed within 5 minutes, didn't even grab his gear. He never went back. He shared the footage anonymously online. Some say it's fake, others, those who've been deep in the forest, say they've seen it too. Something in the woods that watches, always at 3:12 a.m., always knocking and always smiling. So I have to ask, what would you do if you saw that figure in your backyard? Would you investigate? Would you hide? Or would you run? Let me know in the comments. And remember, if you ever hear a knock at your window, but no one's there, maybe it's not someone. Maybe it's something. If that story gave you chills, go ahead, and for more true horrors, twisted tales and stories that might just be more real than you think. Because the strange is closer than you believe. Sleep tight. If you can,